Okay, so this video here is going to be about how to download Adobe Digital Editions. You might have heard of it referenced in our Nook video. What it is, it's a program that's kind of used as a medium for transferring your library books over to your Nook. The way it works with the Nook is that you have to first download the books to your computer, and then you use this program that we're going to install today, and then you transfer that to your Nook. It's the way you manage all your files there. You can return books early, you can delete them, and you can actually read them on your computer if you want. So what we'll do is show you how to download it. Our directions for downloading the books themselves, we'll do in a separate video. So let's get started. First, you want to just open up a regular internet page. So what I'm going to use is Firefox. You can use Internet Explorer, both work just fine. So I'll double click to open it. And I'll go up to the address bar, and I'm going to type in the address here. And it's www.adobe.com/products/digital editions. Then you can just hit your enter button, and it should bring you right to the website. And we'll let it load for a minute here. Okay, good. So what I'm going to do is I have to scroll down a little bit, and I'll see this button here that says install. So I just want to click that, and then it kind of divides here, and we'll hit install again. And it takes a minute to connect, and we'll just hit yes. So it's going to ask me for my username and password on this computer. It may or may not do this on your own computer. It might go right into the installation, or it might ask you, for your own username and password. So I'm just going to put that in real quick. And hit OK. Alright, so our first little menu here, it's just asking us if we want a shortcut for our desktop. Most of these options are fine, so you can just hit next. You can hit install again here. And then it's going to start downloading the program and actually installing it. So we'll give it a minute to wait while it loads. And while we're waiting, I should mention that you can do this all from your home, or at the library. Either one's it's a matter of preference for you, I should say. If you don't have a computer at home, you can come right into the library, and we'll show you how to do this. It's the same process, really. If you do it at home, it just makes it easier so you don't have to install it every time. So it looks like we're about halfway done. We'll give it another minute here. And feel free to fast forward the video for this little part here. Okay, it looks like it's just about done. And we're getting there. Alright, good. Now when it says completed up here, you know we're all set. We can just hit this little close button. This is just the terms of service. We just hit agree. Alright, so now we have it installed. We just want to go ahead and continue setting it up. So we just want to click continue here. And what it's going to do is we have to authorize it to our computer. This is how it keeps track of our library books, keeping them in our name on our computer here. Unless you've bought an Adobe product like Dreamweaver or Photoshop in the past, you probably don't have an ID with them. So what we're going to do is actually go ahead and set one up. So if you have one, you can enter it in here. What we'll do is click this Get an Adobe ID online. And what it does, it just opens up an internet page for us, and we just have to sign up with an account with Adobe. It's totally free, and to make it easy on yourselves, I would just make it the same email address and password as your Barnes & Noble registration or your email. It doesn't matter, whatever you think you can remember. You're only going to have to do it once, so it's really not a big deal if you do forget it. So what I'm going to do is click on this Create Adobe Account. And we'll give it a minute to load here. Okay, so what we would do is just fill out this form. Anywhere you see the little red star, that means it's a required form or a required field. So you have to put in an email address. What you can do is just your own personal email. I'll put mine in. A password between 6 and 12 characters. You want to retype your password. You can do a hint if you want, you don't have to. And then just fill in your address here. So we're in the United States, New York. I'll do my zip code. The rest of this you can really ignore. It's not terribly necessary, so I wouldn't bother with it. I'll uncheck all of these because I don't want any emails or calls from them. So I'll just leave those blank and just hit continue. Great. So as soon as I hit this little thank you screen, I am all set. What I can do is close out my internet window here just by hitting this red X in the corner. And then my digital editions should still be here. And what I can do is put in that email address and password that I just created into these boxes here. So I'll type that in. And I'll just hit activate. And it's just going to take a second to register with their servers. And when it says thank you for activating, you can just click finished. And you are all set. I'll just enter in my personal name and password for this computer one more time. It might ask you, again, it might not do it, so if you don't see it, don't panic at all. And that's just to finish up the process with everything. So I'll give it a minute here to go through. Great, and we're all set. Right now, it's completely blank. You'll notice on the right-hand side where my mouse is, there's no books there. When you start downloading books, you'll see them in this box here. And we'll get into a little bit more of how to actually use the program in my tutorial with how to download the library books for your Nook. There's a couple features you can do. You can transfer it to your Nook. You can read books right using this Adobe Digital Editions program. And you can return books early. Before we go, I'll mention quick that you can use this as well if you know where you can get free books online. For your Nook, you want to use the Adobe EPUB format or PDFs. EPUB is more common and it's going to work a little bit better with your Nook. And again, once we go into the Nook tutorial, I'll show you a little bit how to do everything with that. I'll just ignore that window there. Alright, so that should take care of everything. Check out some of our other videos. If you have any questions, just call the library at 433-5935 and we'll be happy to help you out. Have a good one.